podcast today. We're just gonna start talking, and that's what it's gonna be, and that's what it is.
All right, glide us in.
Um, so obviously, right, you were gonna do some bits. I'm gonna bring out some dog facts to start. I think let's do a little quiz maybe about dogs, since both the teams have to do with dogs today. It's the LA Tech Bulldogs versus Dogs That Bark, right? So
Are you bringing up the facts, or am I bringing up the facts?
I'm gonna bring up
Who's
facts. I'm gonna ask you questions. Do not Google the answer, and you're gonna tell me whether or not you're gonna tell me.
Well,
What
I'm
you
not
think.
gonna cheat. I mean, that's for losers.
Yeah, cheating's for losers. Yo, Vader, you stroke. What's up? Okay, this is also for chat if chat wants to play along right now. Less force. Ready?
Hello. Yep,
How
I'm
many
wondering.
breeds of dogs have been accepted as legitimate breeds of dogs by the World Canine Association as of 2022?
I'm gonna go with 27.
Okay. It's 350, so you
Oh,
are wrong. Next
ooh,
question.
just a little bit.
How many dog breeds are in arbitration to join the legitimate dog breed list of the WCA?
Ooh, see now I feel like this is gonna be closer to the 27. I'll go like 108. You know, you got me frazzled with that first one.
Vader used choke is throwing out some numbers. I can't tell how much he's heard already. 1984, 26 breeds, blue 17. Like he's almost playing football over there. I don't even know what's happening. I think it's 180. I believe it's 180. So
Oh,
that
if
second guess was
so
super
close.
Yeah.
Oh, tragic, actually.
I think a bunch of them are gonna end up being denied. They didn't realize the legitimacy that it takes to get into like that entire. You were kind of close, Vader used choke. You were kind of close. I do have the captain of one of the teams. I'm gonna get the invite from him. Okay, here's the next one. Here we go. I'll get the invite. I'll invite you into this game too. I don't want you to like have to cast from the sideline, you know.
That's fair. I appreciate
It's
it.
because I'm a kind host. I'm kind. So, are you
Some would
familiar?
say.
I'm gonna throw out a phrase, and I want to know if you're familiar with it. It's a dog eat dog world. Familiar with that quote?
I've heard it, yeah.
Okay. My girlfriend, who's in the other room and probably can hear me telling everybody that it's in chat right now about this. All right, no audible response immediately. For 27 years of her life, thought it was a doggy dog world, as in DOGGY space DOG world. It's a
What would
doggy
that
dog
mean?
world. It's just a happy little place. It's a doggy dog world.
Someone hasn't been living. I don't know, man. Like, the world's all happy, doggy dog.
It's a dog. So she was like, "Why do people use it wrong?" Like that was her whole thing. Oh, she's knocking right now. She's opening the door. She's coming in. Yeah. Wait, can you explain that? It's a doggy dog world. So some dogs know and some dogs don't.
Yeah, and like, try to be better than you are. I'm you.
This is making less sense than what I thought you thought earlier. Less Force, what do you think?
Well, I've got a couple thoughts, right? So I look
Yeah.
up Doggy Dog World, and the first result I see is that it was the third and final single from American rapper Snoop Doggy Dogg's debut album
Maybe
in
that's what's confusing her.
1993.
Did you listen to a lot of Snoop Dogg in 1993? Oh my goodness. She is
Emphatically,
not supportive of Snoop Dogg at all.
Dog must have done dog eat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dog eat dog.
So
I never listened.
you're saying that if he promoted more doggy dog
I
stuff,
would have listened.
you would have listened. He was a little bit too dog eat dog for
Yeah,
you.
I would have had dog eat dog, and I ate that.
Can't hear the difference when you talk, but I can hear the difference when I talk. Anyway, yeah, we got two dog teams playing against each other tonight, so it's a doggy dog world.
Okay,
Right.
but one of them is my team.
All right, who's yours? Which one do you want? Do you want this
Oh my god.
beautifully
that's
drawn picture?
horrible.
Oh my god, she's incredibly critical of the one on your left, the
Well,
dogs that
that's like the
bark.
best one, I think.
And how about this one?
Also,
I like that one better. That one's a little bit more my style because that dog, other dog is
Okay,
that dog.
she's saying
Mine is
you think this one looks too mean. Can I break this down?
they both look pretty mean, I think.
Here, you want to talk to Les for us really quick and just explain who you think?
hello.
Hello.
Hello, I am the girlfriend.
All right, I've heard you got a hot take here about the who's gonna win tonight.
Yeah, so, well, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know anything about this game. Spyro the Dragon, I know a lot about. But this one, not
Great
so
game.
much. Yeah, thank you, I know. So the scary dog that is drawn by a third grader, that one is Dog Eat Dog, because he is ready to pounce. But I like the more serious dog. That one is Doggy Dog. He knows who he is in this doggy world. So I'm rooting for the varsity one.
I would also say the dog on the right looks kind of mean. You know, that looks like it could eat me. You know, it looks like it's like more timid at the moment, but like give it like a snap reaction, give it something it doesn't like, and I don't know. I feel like it's charging at me personally,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
do think the one on the left is you know, they tried their best with the drawing. I don't know if it's
Oh my
good, if
god,
it's great, if
somebody
it's
drew that
terrible.
by hand. I apologize. I didn't know that was drawn by hand.
I mean, I hope so.
Am I about to get canceled?
Get canceled for not liking art.
Oh. Well, hopefully I don't get canceled for my take on Doggy Dog either.
Hopefully not. Hopefully when they come back and watch this, they don't feel like they were attacked. But
Yeah. Well, I apologize to the scary dog team. Good luck tonight. All right, I'm out of here.
all right, thank you, thank you.
All right, I hope you were entertained by a hot take here at the Bugle home.
Yeah. I guess last thing, because I feel like we're gonna get away from the subject. I was very fascinated when I found this graph. I just sent it to your DM, and I I don't really understand the context,
Oh my
but
God, who made this?
I don't know. It just let
I'm gonna put that up later, but we got draft going on in a couple of seconds. I gotta fire up the draft link. I might put that in the middle of the fucking draft link, by the way. All right,
so
so
down.
like, get ready for whatever the hell is gonna happen here.
Oh.
That's so whoever made that is smart. I just want everyone to know. No, I'll do it right now, Sammy. I did see your first one. I did see your other one. So give me 20. Take it away. Less force. Go ahead.
Alright, so I guess we're filibustering. We're still waiting for. Well, actually, it looks like we're about to get started, so I might not have to filibust at all. We are into the draft. We got a couple of dog teams. Some, I think personally, both are pretty scary looking. Like, I think both would tear my face off if they tried. The only difference is that LA Tech would probably like give me a couple seconds to run first. But we have the bands going live. We got Nautilus being banned out by dogs that bark. Aphelios, that's not a champ you typically see in commercial, but I'm Left Dog is a sweetheart. I mean it's really the eyebrows, right? Like take away the eyebrows and it looks like such a derpy dog. But
I just want to
with
say,
with the eyebrows.
I want to say, I think it was mostly the sharp teeth and then the really sharp collar that threw it a little bit.
But I mean, don't like most dogs have pretty sharp teeth?
No, all the nice dogs I remember have really dull teeth, like the back end of a toothbrush.
Alright, so Popopa redeemed that this means war. Am I this means warring that's a mean looking dog?
Yeah, you have to talk about how wonderful that dog looks.
That dog, I mean, I would die for it. I would, you know, if it was, you know, hanging off a cliff, and I can only save the dog or myself, I'd, you know, do a full on springboard moonsault, save the dog, send myself off the cliff. And it probably wouldn't recognize the difference, to be honest. You know, it looks like it's kind of zoned out a little bit, but I'm sure deep down it'd be appreciative.
All right, here's the graph of the dog eat dog world versus the dog eat dog world. I want you guys to see someone really hard at work. Hey, little dear. All right, Blitzcrank also being banned out. They don't want Urimakana on it.
A lot of engaged like hook supports being banned out from Dogs That Bark. Maybe that's just like a style thing that they
Their
don't like to go
support
against.
player
And
is the highest ranked on their team currently.
Mhm.
And all 3 bans you could say were support bans. That Mumu might also be a little bit of a flex ban too, right from the jungle. But mostly jungle bans coming out from the side of LA Tech here, trying to get rid of Jarvan, trying to get rid of these engage junglers who can make those big plays. And jungler is going to be what everybody takes first. So it looks like Nocturne and Trundle being taken off the table.
Trundle's interesting early and just immediately match with Ezreal. I I like Trundle in the jungle, but obviously he does way better when you're playing against like tankier teams. So maybe they're trying to like dare Dogs That Bark to pick something like an Orn Top or a Maokai, something to soak up. Because obviously Nocturne's not the best value on that ult, but probably see the bot lane come out here for the Dogs That Bark. Can't imagine. There's the Kaisa. I think Kaisa's probably been like the most picked in any of the leagues here so far.
I've seen it be very high prio in a lot of games too, not just like picked a lot, but seriously early picked or banned. I don't know if there's a game that I've seen where it's been completely ignored, maybe 1 or 2. For the most part, when you're checking out those games, I mean, this is a really big pickup. Emilio looks like they're going to follow, so I like that Dogs That Bark have picked everything except their top and their mid. They're trying to get them an advantage in one of those spots, but they have another round of bans here.
Kaisa Emilio feels a little bit like weird synergy wise to me. I mean, I'm sure the lane's fine.
Here's why I think it's good. Because they say we want Kaisa, we know it's a good pick, and this guy plays hook champions bot lane. A lot of hook champions bot lane. We want to have some resets. If he goes like Leona for the stun or for that engage, trying to get people out of here is really important. And if you know he sets up a lot of team fights, you're the one who's trying to counter that. So I think it's good. I think they're anticipating an onslaught here.
For sure, we're seeing a Xerath ban. I mean, that's interesting going Vex. You know, rather than picking your support, you decide to like cryo that Vex blind, and then I guess you're trying to like ban out the stuff that does really well into it. I'm not a mid laner, so I can't remember offhand because we haven't seen Vex in a while. What does really well into Vex, but I know it shuts down things like Ahri, Yasuo, things that have a lot of mobility, and we're seeing top lane prior on the other side.
I like the Silas ban out. That lets you have the option now to maybe pick something really hyper aggressive that can start off these fights. That has good ultimates. You have things like Ornn, like Malphite that you can take in the top lane if you want to do it. I'm not sure who they're going to try to give that prio pick to, right? That R5 is a really important pick when you're on red side. There's the Pyke being banned away too. So 4 bans it looks like being thrown at that support. And by the way, I have recently won a game as Renekton support, so I'm going to say all 5 bans could be thrown that way. There's the Brand pickup, though.
That's very different than any of the bans that we saw coming out from Dogs That Bark. Brand obviously not trying to go in. It's gonna need Brand's definitely gonna need some setup here, so it's gonna be a little interesting with LA Tech on the R5. They're gonna need like a really nice meatball up in the top lane, I think, unless it's Trundle's going top and they've just deceived me this whole time. That's not off the table.
That is still totally possible. The Varus being picked up now, though, so we're expecting that Kaisa in the mid lane.
I think so.
That Varus could also flex there, but it's more likely Kaisa's in that mid lane. Varus in the bot lane here, and it looks like Poppy is going to round this out up top. I like Poppy, but I'm worried about separation of how their team fight is going to work, just because Kaisa and Nocturne could end up diving. There's the Malphite that I was talking about and expecting with the Silas ban. You have the option to pick up something like the Malphite. I'm worried about the team cohesion out of Dogs That Bark, and I think the team cohesion out of LA Tech is a little bit higher. Do you have anything that you feel like, just looking at these teams, I don't know these teams super well in terms of how well they perform, but I'm looking at these teams just in comps right now.
It's a little weird. I think Dogs That Bark, they have what they have going for them is like really good pick. I mean, Poppy stunned into a wall, like Varus all over the top. Nocturne can obviously dive in. LA Tech just has a much simpler silent comp. It's going to be Malphite and Vex. They're diving in. Ezreal's poking in the back line with the brand, and then Trundle's just kind of sitting there. It's like more like front line. I think it's going to be a little easier to execute from LA Tech, but like I can see where both these comps work. If like Ezreal brand fall too far behind, it's going to be kind of hard for them to like do a whole lot, I think. So I think the pressure's on Dogs That Bark for sure. And
We have
as far
a
looks,
small delay. We'll get to that delay in just a minute.
yeah, I'm actually super stoked though for this series. I was taking a look. I've been keeping tabs on commercial, and like most people, right? You get towards like the second half of the season, and everyone gets excited when you see like the first seed Vernon going against the second seed. Like that battle for first place is kind of like a playoff primer. But this series is more like a playoff series tonight, because these are two teams. I think I have to go check the standings real quick. They're both 1-3 in terms of series played. We have half the season to go, and they're only a game out of playoffs, right? So like,
Okay.
there's plenty of time for both these guys to make playoffs. But the problem is that whoever loses this series is going to be down, 2 series that they have to make up in those last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so it's like the pressure's kind of on for both these guys now, and it's like that's really interesting to me. The fact that we're in week 5 and we're already kind of seeing like shades of playoffs coming out already. I think it's gonna be pretty exciting, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, right? 8th and 10th, respectively. Are you waiting for betting? Oh my god, you guys are so needy. Oh, I want to bet all my schmeckles. I love gambling. I get it. I love
I've been
gambling
there.
too. Okay, I just don't win it a lot, so I forget about it. Get the schmeckles up. We got a timeline on their ability to be ready soon. I know we had a small delay, a little bit of a Discord issue.
Looks like under the hood, it was a player who was in the server and then left the server, so now they had to rejoin, but they don't have the roles. One of those situations. Looks like superstar admin Ruffian is on the case.
Wow, Ruffian, what a champ. What a hot hunk.
I mean, I look at catching up with Ruffian. Have you had a chance to peep that content? I mean, his face, front and center, absolute stud.
You know what it is for me? He's kind of got those long curly locks that make him look like a dog. He'd fit in a lot tonight. He's like a little hound running around on all fours. When I think about him,
it's like more like a poodle, but
very poodle ear energy, big poodle ear energy. I've apparently angered Luffy. By the way, Luffy was here 30 minutes early and said first. I want everyone to know that if you thought you said first tonight and were first, sorry, that was Luffy, bud.
You guys got to start coming earlier. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, when did we announce the stream tonight? At 7:42.
Only
You guys got to be in it
before,
Like, you guys should have been here way earlier. Like, let's be honest.
I think Luffy probably wasn't home. Luffy was like out, like at the pub or something, and Luffy checked his phone, was on Discord, saw that we posted, drove 20 minutes home.
Just so he could be first.
Yeah. And to Luffy, what I'm going to say, I was literally at the gas station is what he said. What I'm going to say good, fuel up. What I'm going to say to Luffy is just get Twitch, just get it on your phone. You can just get that on your phone. You could have just posted right then and there, I think. Would have worked.
But that it doesn't feel the same. You gotta have like your setup, your PC, be in front.
Yeah.
Get the whole ambiance going on, maybe some candles. I don't know what people do when they lead up to this.
Is anybody lighting candles, like a ritualistic thing, prior to the LBLCS going live, and is knowing only 50 minutes beforehand messing up that ritual? Because
if there's anyone,
are fucking bad, by the way. But you should really be telling us that you're doing a seance kind of thing. You know what I mean?
If there's one person who does, I'm just gonna throw a name out here, and you can tell me your thoughts. Little Robot Man never misses a stream, so perhaps there's some type of like you said, a seance, a ritual.
Yeah.
They gear up, they light the candles, they wait until like the aroma in the room is like perfectly good, and then they type their LeChance Lixo's comment, and then they dip.
Actually 100% on board with that. I actually think that if there is one person, it's either that or it's like Well, Luffy says he was actually stopped filling up his gas halfway, sped home, said first, and went back to finish. That's really responsible. I'm really proud that you went
It's
back to
so
finish.
inefficient.
Sammy Two Slap also might be ritualistic. Somebody playing the odds here, putting on dogs that bark. Sammy Two Slap also very ritualistic in his approach. It's really more of a spending ritual. Like he knows he has to spend a certain amount of schmeckles every stream in order to torment me, but it's pretty good. It works. You know, he
I
gets
feel like it's at
great
least like
results.
5K, 5,000 spent per stream just to
If
make you
you
drink.
think about
At minimum.
chugging any liquid for, I don't know, 50 straight seconds, it's not the best experience. But when you start thinking about what it is, you know, Sammy really knows how to torture people over time. Also, I don't even know why it's a choice. It's a choice for Takes Two to Tango. It should just be 10. It shouldn't be like 1 to 10. Everyone's gonna pick 10 every time. I don't know why we have a choice on it. So I'll work
That's
on
a valid point.
I'll work on that over here, and we'll just always make it 10.
I can't think of the last time that it wasn't 10, right? Like you're spending, what is it, 1,000? Like you may as
You
well.
may as well just make them do it, right? You might as well get a little bit more entertainment out of it. It is Varys in the mid lane. That is something we should bring up for anybody putting Schmeckles down tonight. We were waiting to see where everybody was going. It is going to be Varys in that mid lane. Whale Lord Kaisa in the bot lane there. Definitely not what I thought. I was fooled.
No. Oh, God.
I was fooled.
Oh, was that it? I think with the Varus mid, I think it's gonna be that like Riftmaker AP style shenanigans. Although, I mean, I guess I have the Malphite, but like typically that's better into like really beefy comps. And I mean, maybe Trundle gets a little beefy. I don't know if he gets like all the way there, but that would be my guess. Is that Varus is gonna go like AP, and then Kai'Sa's gonna go more AD. Otherwise, I don't know why you wouldn't like switch the two around. But
I think that one of them has to go on hit here. If it doesn't happen, I don't know. I don't see a world in which they're able to clean these guys up. Trundle is going to be able to get pretty tanky. Be able to ult that Poppy in those fights, get those extra stats, get that extra health. Brand's going to really shred with Vex, and if Malphite can layer that ultimate first, they could follow up with the damage, or if Vex can get in there first, fear him, and then they can kind of dogpile on, pun intended. Like, I think that it's more clear how they want to fight. I think it's harder for the other team. I think Poppy's a big instrument for them, though. I think Poppy making sure there's distance between them and the carries and making sure they can actually poke these guys down before something starts, if that's the route they're going, it's going to matter.
Yeah, 100%. I think the harder to execute comp is the side of dogs that bark, which backs against the wall like we talked about earlier. If this is how they like find themselves playing at their best, then like I'm all for it. But like I said, there's a lot of pressure on that Poppy, and really like a lot of pressure on I guess the Melio to keep because I'm assuming it's Kai's AD, like keep this guy up alive in the fight, be able to try and get through these damage dealers, particularly like the brand Ezreal, I feel like. And then afterwards, kill Malphite when the rest of the team's dead. He's not the scariest guy
Right.
if he's the last one alive.
Well, we got a minute 20 till we hop into this one. Chat had a little bit more schmeckles putting on the old LA Tech right there. I will say, I have no idea who's gonna win. I'll admit it.
Well put.
I'm gonna admit it. I don't know. And also, I think we should pick different teams. But what did my girlfriend say? What was she saying? What team did she want to win? She wanted LA Tech to win, right?
LA Tech.
She thought the
Nicer
other
dog.
one was scary, the nicer dog. She wants a nicer dog.
And drawn by a third grader.
And drawn by a third grader. I'm gonna go with the third grade dog team. I'm gonna say they're gonna take this one. Why don't you go for the other one? So we have a little bit of separation here.
Yeah, I mean I think that's fair. I think LA Tech, they got the easier comp. If the AD carry, and I didn't get a chance to quite catch it when I guess I should have looked when we were in the lobby. I believe that their AD carry is their highest point player, and they've missed a couple games, but like again, highest point player. They've had some good performances despite their teens record.
Yeah.
So if Ezreal and Brand can like apply that pressure early, like I don't really think Kais Emilio can do a whole lot to kind of stop it. and it's not like Nocturne has the best gank setup, so
Here's what I will say:
it's
Nocturne
gonna be
was
interesting.
first picked, so it's definitely a prio pick for them on blue side. They
Mhm.
wanted it. They didn't even pick the Kai'Sa. They said you guys can have the Kai'Sa in this instance. They ended up still getting it, but they picked that Nocturne up, and that jungler had received 2 bans. So maybe it's a little reactionary too to be like, oh, let's not let him get banned out. Let's not let him, be pinched totally. But I want to keep our eyes on that, and I want to keep our eyes on Brand because Arima Kana got, 4 bans thrown their way, and then went something totally off course. Four champions that all were basically like hook or engage champions, and they ended up going Brand. That's very interesting to me, just as a concept.
Mhm.
So I think those are my 2 big, like, we should watch these guys this game. You guys want to see something? Here, I'll do this. Some people hate when I do this, but we're gonna.
Oh, I already know what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
watching.
Oh. Let's check it out. Look, pretty standard 5-point, right?
Yeah, you
Everybody
probably got
sees
some time to do
everybody.
some shenanigans.
Are you not in?
Ew, says Luffy.
What a hater.
I love when people send me messages when I'm clearly streaming. Like, what are you? You know?
I think it's the best when it's like points related questions or, things that absolutely
All
could
right,
be
Sammy, here I go.
anywhere. Where's General? Oh, yeah, you got some time. Nothing gonna happen here the first couple seconds. Yeah, Sammy, I do have to ask, you're awfully biased towards Buggle. Yeah, I mean, I also sit here with drinks, and a lot of the time they just sit there and go warm because I don't have anyone cashing in. It takes twos.
All of his drinks are flat too now. They've all.
They've actually been here since I joined the casting team last season.
He's
They're
just-
so disgusting.
It's so gross. Yeah, it's actually, you really shouldn't do it now because it's a health risk. OSHA violations if you let him. Baldron
Gonna see
getting
op
beat up there.
clears. Yeah, it's... Ooh, can I get a quick time check while nothing too crazy is going on?
202, 203, 204. Try again. Be close.
Yeah, 6, 7. I was like 20 seconds behind, but now I think I'm good.
Great. A little bit of a calm
Good
start,
move.
but level 2 down here in the bot lane for a lot of dogs that bark to give them some pressure. I'm a big fan of Poppy. I like the Poppy pick.
Interesting path from Spectorus here, going from the red straight through to their blue. I'm not sure if they were caught on that Raptor ward, but they could get behind here in the bot side if they were cheeky enough.
Yeah. Top lane going pretty low right there. Big little skirmish, both chugging pots now. Level 3 for Malphite is going to matter. Nice hit up right there. Matt C just looking for something.
A little bit of meat slapping top. That's the top lane experience. That's the directed cam experience.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Directed
Spectorus
cam
is going to get
loves
spotted
top
here.
lane.
Yeah, they love two meaty tanks. Just wailing away on each other.
And the pings are coming out on the Spectorus. They know he's right there. You're watching the mini-map game. You know what we're talking about.
Ooh. Well,
A lot of
bit
damage
trading.
on a Whalelord. He's able to dodge, though, and has that healing on him, trading back some auto attacks. A little bit of a scare. Nothing really happening.
No, it doesn't look like we're gonna see anything too crazy. I mean, this top lane could be dangerous for Andreas up there. Gotta be a little bit respectful to Poppy. Like, you can't go near a wall. A good invade here from level 3 Scuttle.
Trying to find
Weird
some
name.
damage
They
out
got
of these
Scuttle at level
guys.
4.
Yeah, Boldron now looking for him here. He's going to get some help, though. They're trying to fight in this mid lane area. Here comes Nocturne. They're doing some damage on a Spectorus. Boldron also dropping low. First blood going over to the Varus. Can they look for another? One more auto attack might get it. The Q not going to be enough. But first blood going over to Varus.
Yeah, this Varus probably going to look to try and snowball pretty early. They didn't get the flash out of the Vex, but getting the kill definitely to their advantage. They're going to reset here. Really good start from... oh,
Yes, looking for it. Matt C gonna find the kill. Is able to flash away, but here comes Spectorus. Might not actually have enough life to be able to get this kill. Is gonna flash in a strange direction and does pick it up. The use of the Krugs to make sure they finished him off was brilliant.
that's some 300 IQ jungle play right there.
Flashes to the other side to the Krug, stop focusing him, and hit the Poppy for the kill. I'm gonna say, I've played this game for years, I've never seen that.
Oh, man. Still, ooh, Arima kind of taking a tower shot. They gotta be careful here. Nocturne's down in the side of the map.
Pause in a second at 5, just so you know. 5 minutes, we've got a... Hey guys, you like the spectate client, right? Who likes the spectate client?
All right, I will pause at 5:10 for now.
And we're live. It almost finishes him off. The Lux thumbs up. 5:05, 6, 7, 10.
All right. Yeah, a little bit unlucky there from
All right,
Marina
Sammy,
Kana,
here
trying
we
to
go.
flash away, but ended up going into the Kaisa W. Let's see. See, I tried for you, Buggle. I tried to barter Sammy to just give me one. He wasn't having any of it.
You know, I've done this so many times, and I just realized I have a clock in front of me, like always counting in seconds. I don't know why I don't just stare at that when I do it. I try to like count in my head.
That's like hard to focus on though. I think like you're tilting back the head to drink.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe that's just me like being an idiot. I don't know.
could also be me
But-
being an idiot.
Definitely one way or the other.
One
I
of us
think.
is an idiot, that's for sure. Boulder on trying to find some damage on Varus. As Dogs That Bark, the meaner dog team. I'm paused at 6. Are you not getting these issues?
I am not getting these pauses. I'll pause at 6:05.
Oh my goodness, it takes 2 to tango. Match Buggle, please, says Popoba. This is
That's fair
very
enough.
peculiar that I'm getting this. Let me check the, hey, chat, this is low budget LCS. You get what you get. You don't get upset. Yeah, I don't even have anything loaded past this. This is the highest thing that I've loaded is 6 minutes.
And you see, the problem is you just talked about having that rolling clock all the time.
Yeah,
I tried to look
actually-
up, and
yeah.
it was paused right as
Yeah.
I did my It Takes Two. Kind of like really
That's
bit me
actually
in the butt.
a caster curse that I can't help. What if we go oh my god. Oh my lord. Okay.
Oh, I tuned into
Hang
the
on.
stream for a sec.
Hang on. Let's see if we get past 6 minutes here. No, it's paused. Guys, are they out of game already? Can anybody help me out? No. Why is
Did
this
they
paused
end at
like
9
this?
minutes?
Did they end right away?
I can say that they are not.
All right, well, while we're
Ending the
paused,
game.
guys, let's just go around. Let's just go around. Let's see what's going on. We got this guy here doing some stuff by the wolves. Check it out. It's really a great job. Oh. Okay. Yep. Nope. We're good. Here we go. There it is. Look
You
at
really
this.
think about it, wolves are kind of just like
They're biting
meaner
him.
dogs, right?
Yeah, they are. Let's see what else we got around the map. Okay, let's go down here. Got some minions. We're just waiting for this to play, guys. By the way, this is the low budget LCS. This is what you get. There's some minions marching down the lane. This is a great shot. If you want a screenshot, send this in.
I
What
think
else
it's
we
great
got?
cover.
What else we got going on? Let's check it out over here. Oh, some action over here. Look at this. This is a great action shot of Nocturne. I mean, look at that. Wow. Are you guys having the same
Ooh.
excitement that I am?
With that
Golly.
passive auto. Looks like he's coming in for a hug, perhaps. Kind of weird.
No, this is
Ooh,
great.
I've never noticed how a low quality Nocturne, how
Check
low
it
quality
out.
Nocturne's
Yeah.
visuals are.
This is a good stream, chat. This is a-
That looks like a PS2 character. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you want? And oh my, this is gonna be a shot. You're gonna want this as your background, guys. Look at that mouth fight. Wow. Oh, we could get a better. We could get a better one. We can get over here. Zoom in. Oh, look at this. Wow. Wow, if this isn't content, that wouldn't be surprising. All right.
Wasn't ready for that.
We've exhausted all of my patience. Does anybody know why we're paused at 6? I'm taking, oh? That kind of worked.
This is a textbook LBLCS stream.
This is a little confusing to me. You guys want to rewatch the first 6 minutes? I'm not sure where to go from here.
All right. I mean, I'm not paused. I don't know if there's any way to like.
You're not paused.
Like,
you can get past 6 minutes?
Yeah.
Is it me?
I thought.
Is it me?
Yeah. I don't know. It might be. It's currently at 10:13.
Open
I
all
see.
chat. Okay.
I am
There's
just
no pause.
paused.
What
Like
minute
I
are
have
they
it
on?
manually paused.
What
Like
minute?
they're at like 10:30.
How many kills are there?
Let me count. I see. There
Uh-huh.
are 2 kills that we haven't seen yet. I don't know if I should spoil.
No, don't spoil them. Let me just leave really quick. I'll come right back in. Gosh, if this doesn't work, it's going to be really interesting. We're going to have to, like... I'm going to give you a stream key, and you're going to have to go live. Guys, this is the content you come here for.
I think the most exciting part of this is now that I'm like paying attention to the little like bar on the bottom, and I'm just waiting for like anything to pop up on the like the little like a red line or a blue line or a Rift Herald perhaps.
Oh, that would be
it's really
exciting.
suspenseful.
Yeah, don't tell us by the way when you see one. You can make a gasp, but we won't know what thing happened.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back in this game, and here's the best part: we're gonna jump to like whatever the closest time is. So we're gonna jump way past wherever the fuck you are. So, oh shit! You know, I should hide the fucking screen. Chat, don't look. Everybody, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Nobody look where the kills are. Nobody look. Nobody look. Nobody look. I can't even go back. It won't let me go back. Hey, Les, we're at 11:15, 11:16.
All right, let me fast forward here. I'm gonna set it at 11:35. Let me know when we get there.
Here comes Doctor Alting all the way down. He's gonna pick up that kill. Level 3 Scuttle getting another. It goes to 5-1 at 11:33. All right, so guys, we figured it out. If anything, that should be regarded as a hero tonight for solving the stream mystery, right?
That's one way of looking at
Right,
it.
chat? Well, Lord, doing a lot of damage onto Arima. Where they get some more plate gold. They are up about 2K. Then open up in the top lane, though, trying to find some damage onto Matt C. As he might just go down. He misses it, though. He has to flash away from the tower. Can a W finish it off? And it can!
Ooh.
A top lane kill for Malphite.
That is some prime meatball gameplay right there. Looks like each of their attacks did about 40 damage each. Ooh, Kaisa!
Vaulting all the way down underneath the tower there is Meep trying to just sneak and snake away. I think he should be safe on this side. Clear the wave and try to go back. Rift Herald being dropped in the mid lane. A few plate. Going over to the mid in the jungler. Spectorus and Boldron picking up those.
Trying to get this Vex back in the game a little bit. Obviously, Varus has been able to build a good CS lead, got a good amount of gold on him. But trying to get some gold in their pockets, trying to look into invade. This is a little dangerous. Malphite's really far away, and Nocturne's coming up. Looks like he's going to be spotted. I don't know if he's able to get out in time.
Trundle trying to walk away. He's near that blast cone. Should be able to use it to get out, and he does. Back in the mid lane, got a bounty growing on the Varus, bounty growing on the Kaisa, but you were right with those calls, right? We do have that AP Varus, it looks like, and that AD Kaisa with the Kraken Slayer being built first.
Yeah, Vex is definitely like holding their own though for how the early game went. I mean, these trades are going in their favor. Obviously, Varus is resetting now, probably gonna have that Nash's Tooth in hand, but they're playing pretty well. I think LA Tech should just sack this dragon personally. I mean, Kaisa's got the full item, Varus has the full item. It's gonna be a tough fight.
You have the
he's
teleport advantage with the Malphite, but that ultimate is not quite up yet. If you are looking for something, you need to be set up ahead of time right here. Vex back in the base, does have teleport as well, so you could try to meet. I think you have better ultimates as a team to team fight, so if you're able to get there and get them off, it's worth it. But I agree. If you don't have this set up, you want to just give. You want to just, you know, continue to scale.
Scale up for sure, and I think that their team scales pretty well. I mean, Ezreal always going to be able to be viable. There's not really a great meatball to soak up those Qs.
Yeah.
Brand, late game damage is going to be insane.
Teleport is
Malphite
coming
is
right now
TPing
from
in.
Malphite, so they might be looking for a fight after the dragon. They know, okay, I'm able to get it, but here come they go, and it's a big knockup, but Nocturne is able to secure level 3 Scuttle, gonna go down. That means Nocturne goes down. Big ultimate back there as Poppy knocks up a couple of them, trying to find the damage, and Trundle is out of the fight. Now they're looking for the rest of them.
Ooh, the Vex.
Chainsaw has to get out of there. Everybody is going down, though. Can Milio stay alive? Meep goes forward, picks up another. Brand doing a lot of damage, but Matt C should be able to take this Ezreal out, and the Q is all they need. A triple kill for the Varus.
Moments were looking good there for LA Tech, but just ultimately in the end, just the fact that the carries had those first items, Varus did so much damage there in the second half of that fight. And yeah, you lose a couple lives, but you get the dragon, you get more kills, and things are looking up for the dogs that bark with their elementary school logo, as some people I've heard call it.
I'm worried about these dogs because this Varus dog is barking pretty loud at me right now. Nashor's finished, starting their next item. They got the triple kill in that last fight. If you've never played against AP Varus, it does just one-shot you no matter how tanky you are.
Pretty miserable
So
as a tank player.
You're gonna need to focus it, and if they are able to focus it down, I think they'll have a lot better of a chance here. But Varus has their flash available. Got everything up. The Herald going over to blue side here as well. So I'm thinking you just start to oppress these guys with this siege, with this Varus. Look for some plays around the map and some vision after that.
I think the good thing though for LA Tech is that all of the money is currently on this Varus, and Varus is a champ that you can exploit, right? It doesn't have mobility, has a flash, yes, but if they're able to catch him in a good spot, you know, with a Malphite R, I mean, you're just hoping that he reacts in time. So there's opportunities to get that huge shutdown. We just have to see how Sarah. Ooh, speaking of damage in the mid lane. Oh, we went back top, so it's fine.
We're fucking cursing the mid laner Boldron. It doesn't have to do with your gameplay. It has to do with our voices. Yeah,
Boldron
Cam,
did have to flash.
you did miss some of the game, but you really didn't miss too much. We mostly zoomed in on stuff when we were paused. So maybe don't watch this one back. You know? Let sleeping dogs lie. There you go. There's a dog reference. Did I use it right?
I've never heard that one. So I'll say yeah. No, actually, I'll say no.
Okay. Chat, you can tell me
Misfire.
whether or not I used it right. Nocturne is kind of within ult range right here. They might be looking for something. Whale Lord. They haven't found Brand yet. Brand just
Have they forgotten about?
waiting for the CC. Doesn't find it though. Trinity Force finished for that Ezreal. Divine Sunder finished on Poppy and Trundle here. We're starting to see some items come out. And nobody even opting for Magic Resist. They're saying, hey, if Varus gets us, like, we just kind of die. So let's just itemize to basically survive against the onslaught that Kaisa and Nocturne might bring to us. And be like, let's just try to focus down this Varus here with our build.
And I respect that. You know, I think it's like, I mean, Varus is all about hitting the skill shots too. So, you know, if you miss the R, you miss the Q, you're kind of not doing a whole lot, at least with this build they're rocking. The Rift Herald is going to crash mid. It looks like it's going to crash top, or the second tower, rather.
Ulted right now here onto Ezreal. Ezreal's taking a lot of damage. Can Wailord get in front of this right now? They can't. And there goes more gold. Nocturne coming in underneath the tower. Should be able to pick them up as well, and they do as the score goes to 12-5. And Kaisa really getting on the map right here. Oh, nice interruption on the ultimate right there. Spectorus with a massive E. They're trying to find the damage onto him now. Does have flash, but misses flash over the wall, and Matt C goes back to the pad.
We've all been there, right? You know, getting ganked in the top lane. You kind of panic a little bit. You try to flash over the walls. Oh, speaking of Varus.
Yeah, finding somebody right here, but a lot of damage. Good flash away. trying to stay alive, and he might just be able to. Good flash from Jungle. He realized, oh wait, that's the really fed one that can actually kill me in, you know, a couple auto attacks and a spell.
Probably not the guy to face in a 1v1.
I agree. I don't think that you want to unless... Here's the thing about Varus, though. Like, you miss your ultimate, everybody knows that it's down. It's a very, like, visual and audio effect. He throws it out, yells, and it swirls all around. If it doesn't hit anybody, everybody knows it's down. You can't hide it. You're going to be exploited the second that it is. So, a little bit of pressure on him, but he's riding high right now. Got the Green Suits finished.
Yeah, double items, got the Berserker Greaves. It's another spot where it's tough. I mean, you could look for another fight like he did the last time, but they have to find a way to kill the Varus. They have to save that Malphite R for this Varus, as we see some meat slapping. I think that that's the only look. They might just give this one, though.
Yeah, they might be giving that one. They do have the teleport on Malphite. They have the teleport on the Poppy as well. Malphite trying to get safely back enough. Spectorus is looking for something. They're trying to speckle some damage in there. Level 3 Scuttle does go over. Grundle's able to steal it. That's a massive dragon take right there, and they don't even have to fight for it.
And that's maybe one of the downsides to the Dogs That Bark comp. Like, they don't have anyone who can really, I mean, other than the Poppy who's up in the top lane, like, they don't have anybody who can really zone these guys
Who's
out.
Them off? Who's going to keep them off? Who's going to try to create space for them right there? They don't have, oh, an ultimate used to the top lane. A lot of damage now on the Mad C is, these guys are actually not going to kill each other. I'm going to stop casting when they do things. Baron being taken. Spectorus, can you do it again? You can't do it again, but now you're in the middle of nowhere. Brand trying to find some damage onto them. Nocturne drops the ult, but it is the kill going over to Varus, and the Baron going over to Dogs That Bark.
How many, or how exciting would that have been if Spectorus just absolute Chad takes the Blast Cone, takes the Baron after taking the Dragon?
Ooh.
That would have been game changing. I mean, it's still not over for LA Tech by any.
Another Mr. Ellis asking the big question.
Yeah,
who did Michael Vick pick to win this game? I don't know. Who was Michael? Well, I'll tell you who my girlfriend picked. The quote-unquote nice dog over the mean dog. So the nice dog, it's kind of counterintuitive when you see the logos from this far away. But the nice dog to her was the LA Tech Bulldog dog, and the mean dog was Dogs That Bark.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're both fairly mean. Like, if you want to interpret that, Wailord just going all in.
A lot of damage right now onto them. Meep trying to get away. Next does find a little bit, and there's some follow-up damage. A flash forward, but Brand sacrifices his life, unable to pick up the kill. Now level 3 Scuttle. Can Spectorus get on Wailord? There's the smite to try to slow him. She's dropping the Q, but she gets bit and taken down. You're looking for
There's no Varus. This could be a decent look.
Yeah, they are going to find it right here, and a lot of damage coming out already. Level 3 Scuttle. Oh, a massive ultimate from Poppy, and there's the turn from Nocturne, trying to find more damage onto these guys. Good use of their CC there from Voltron, but now Andreas is too far up, and no one here to help. Varus is rotating on over. He's going to look for an ultimate. He's going to look for something in just a second. Can he find some damage with his team, or are these guys going to get all the way out?
I mean, you called it just massive ultimate from Matt C there on the Poppy. Getting under the tower.
Yeah,
they must be
there's
gone.
the caster curse following it up immediately.
Yeah.
We try to praise, but he goes down. Baldron ticking lower and lower, is able to survive just barely. A lot of gold sitting on this Varus. Can they try to find this guy? Can they look for a kill onto him? Baron backs being used while they're still up.
I mean, if the caster curse is true, I just want to say how dominant Serquez has been this game. They have been like out of their goddamn mind as the TP not going to catch a level 3 Scuttle in time. I don't know. I'd be interested to see if Serquez can go the whole game without dying on such an immobile carry. They're playing out of their mind.
A lot of damage from Wailord on the Spectorus, taking a lot of damage, and here's the rest of the carries. They're going to be able to finish them off, and they do, and Brand's a little bit out of position here. Not going to have to pay the price for it, though.
No, should be out. It's gonna hurt their base a little bit. They get the objective out of top. They're probably gonna lose this mid tower, perhaps the inhibitor. They still have, or the Baron actually just ran out on Melio.
Yeah, they're looking for this right here. Brand leaving Meep completely alone. Is going to have to come back in here. Vex also going to have to come back in. True Shot Barrage doing a little bit of damage, just trying to clear the wave. The bright side is they're not on soul point right here in a minute. You might be able to buy a little bit more time. You might even choose like, hey, we actually kind of want to fight right here. They're down by a lot in gold, but they do have the better team fight. Uh oh, they're walking in a trap. Spector is getting stunned up. The ultimate from Varus misses, and he flashes away. This could be looking a little bit different right now as Meep trying to pepper in some damage. So no Verisol. Verisol is down. Trundle have to go back to base to reset. Whale Lord looking for something. Baldron taking a lot of damage and might even die for it. Can they find the stun? They can't. The flash over the wall. They're going all in. Meep trying to find some damage as well. Baldron trying to kill him. Can they finish off Kai'Sa, who goes all the way in? Level 3 Scuttle going to pick up another kill with them as a triple kill for Kai'Sa. Should be able to trade 2 back right here. They've gone very deep. And Whale Lord's a monster, dude.
Whale Lord is a monster. I mean, all the talk's been about this Varus, and yeah, Kai'Sa goes down there, but they're playing absolute Andreas.
He might be able to throw it down in 1 second. Can they try to find this damage onto him? He misses the ult again. And the only reason we could really point it out is because he's 7-0. You know, if he was 0-7, we wouldn't be pointing out all the missed ults. But no, we're gonna point him out when he's on top.
It's like, come on, like you're supposed to hit these as the ridiculous monster who you know is up quite a bit of gold on everybody else. You know, it's like you got to try and knock the king off the throne. Yeah, gonna be tough. LA Tech, the drag's coming up. Do we see Spectorus do it again? I've seen it once. I'm down to see it again.
Yeah, there's some pings going out from the blue side. They're going to run towards that dragon. Red side just trying to clear vision and push out these waves. I don't think they care about it too much. They're checking it right now. They're going to see that they're not on it yet, but they're moving their way there. Clearing some wards. Scuttle going to be taken by level 3 Scuttle. And it looks like it's just a call. Trundle's back in base, but now they're looking for a little bit of a fight here in the mid lane. Matt C just knocking around the big rock.
And that's okay. I mean, it's just a Cloud Dragon. It's only one. They're down quite a bit. I think it's more important that they try to have a last-ditch fight at this Baron.
Get your resources. Get back into the game a little bit. Your Trundle's pretty big. If you can take that Varus down and look for some like really clean team fights, Andreas might be getting caught right now. He's able to walk away. But if you can look for some clean team fights, even if you're trading even, it's super advantageous for you right here. Massive ultimate onto the Varus, but no one is around to help. Vex also going to go in. They might both get knocked back, but Poppy smart enough to hold that ultimate, not using it to go down right away. And now they're going to look for the third one as soon as they come out of the golden. Great flash over the wall from the Brand. Staying alive, but just barely. Are they able to dodge some damage? They're going to find one in the bush they didn't know was there. Spectorus is waiting. No flash this time. Man, might get in some trouble. There's some CC right there. Getting absolutely stunned up, and the flash over the wall means they are able to finish it. Spector is just doing as much damage as they can, getting knocked back, but get taken down from the auto.
That's like one of the goofiest interactions I've ever seen, actually. I mean, it was Andreas saw the blood in his eyes. He saw the Varus kind of out of position a little bit, but Baldron wasn't in a spot where they could hit an R. Meep wasn't quite in position yet, and so it just jumped the gun just a little too soon. And I mean, again, you're trying to make that desperation play happen. Unfortunately, Wallet diff there in that fight. They get the Baron. They're walking out, and gotta be tough here for LA Tech for sure.
For me, LA Tech did the thing that I always do wrong in my games whenever I throw out those objectives is I see it. I'm the one who's going in, but I'm not checking. Are my buddies right behind me? Because Andreas, that's a great ultimate if everybody's within a flash's distance or two. It's a great ult. They're just not quite there yet. You're just there first. You're a little too ready. You pull the trigger too early, and then you don't have the firepower to take him down.
There's the flash in right now, though. He has the firepower this time. Can they finish off Varys? And they do. Shutdown gold going on the Trundle. This is the last stand right now as Wailord going all the way in. Gets exhausted. A lot of damage, though. They're going to pick up the brand. Here comes Vex from far away, trying to help out the team. Level 3 Scuttle drop super low. Vex all the way into the fight.
Wait a
Can they
minute.
find the damage? They're going to pick up another Spectorus in the back line. It's going absolutely crazy. He's able to take 2, 3. Look at him just rip through the enemy team as he holds the base.
Dude, Spectorus is a monster. Like, I don't know how he didn't even come close to dying there. I mean, he's got the entire team of dogs that bark, who are up 10k, by the way, all mauling on this guy. Varys died right away, and he just sat there with his club. One of the, all these champs with their fancy kits.
Wait.
Trundle doesn't give a crap.
Wait, are you paused again? Oh, I'm live. 2902, 2903. I paused for like 10 seconds straight while you were talking. 2907, 08.
I'm at 15. I'm at 15.
All right. Well, I'll tell you when we're there. We're there in about 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Hit play. What Trundle just did, he was the Troll King. He didn't let anybody in. He said, I'm going to fight you guys. They were picking on the wrong target. They were splitting who was doing what damage to who. They were trying to take down that Malphite, which they did end up doing in that fight. But because they were having so much firepower focused on him, they let Trundle rip through that back line. And kind of a beefy boy with all those auto attacks. He's got that Frozen Heart finished. He's got the Tiamat now. He's beating these guys down.
And that's what they needed. They needed, a big fight to go their way. Again, obviously the gold still not in their favor, but they got a couple thousand in their pockets there. They don't have to worry about soul for another minute. They can try to get some last-ditch money in their pockets. And at this point, I mean, these carries on a Dogs That Bark, like, they're not going to get all that much stronger. Spectorus looking.
Spectorus is fucking hungry for another kill, but he might be a little bit too aggressive with that positioning. They need to still find Varys. That fight only goes that way because Andreas this time found Varys when his team was around him. Had that flash ultimate, was able to knock up 2 or 3. Andreas being one of them, they focused him down, they killed him 3 seconds flat, right? They need to look for things like that.
It's a lot of pressure on Ozai. They're going to catch Meep.
Oh my goodness. You can't get out once he's got you. Andrea's trying to deal with Massey up in the top lane, but Ezreal is down. This might be Dragon going over to them.
Yeah, they're going to... It's about a 10-second difference between the drag spawning and Meep spawning, but it's going to take me another, like, 10 or 15 to get over there.
Victorious
This might be the soul.
around. Trying to sneak around right now, but they're going to go right down the mid lane. They're going to say, let's march and go get something here, at least push the wave and then go back.
If you lose the Cloud Soul, it's not the end of the world. I mean, knowing Spectorus, he's not going to allow that as Andreas stopping the base there. He'll flash over this wall to steal the second Cloud of the game.
Yeah, it'd be
But
very
does he have
risky.
vision of
Does
it?
he have vision? Not quite. He doesn't know when to go. He's holding it, and he won't be able to get in there in time as Nocturne picks up the soul for his team. Now they're looking for Andreas in the mid lane. They're trying to move around. Nocturne moving really quickly. Is he going to drop that ultimate? They're going to look for something. Meep is back up, and they're just going to go all the way in onto that Vex. They pick up 1 kill. Wailord takes the first kill of the fight. They're looking for Malphite next, but a lot of damage right here. He's going to go right into the back line, try to take them down. True Shot Barrage connecting onto 3 of them. Can they do more damage? That's Nocturne going down. Spectorus cannot do it this time. He gets killed. There goes 4 of them. A triple kill for Kaisa, and they're going to pick up Meep here for the last one and end this game.
Yeah, and we see the reality of that AP Varys being in the fight that time. Trundle was a Troll King in the first fight. Got brought down to size on that fight, and that should be match 1 for the bad dogs, as your girlfriend would put it. Yeah, the meanie dogs.
The meanie dogs are gonna take game 1. We got another game coming up, and I'm wondering how the comps are going to change, where people are going to go, who's going to prioritize what. And if we're still going to see all those bans on that brand. I mean, they basically dropped 4 bans on that support, and he went another way with it. Be interesting to see.
And will we get to see the whole game this time? I think that's another valid question to ask.
I don't want to give any false hope about seeing the whole game. Listen, we had a couple minute delay and then we jumped 5 minutes. Like, it is what it is, you know? This is LBLCS. It is what it is. Join. Oh, I'll invite you again. You can try again. There it is. Perfect.
Okay, so good to know. My girlfriend's 0 for 1 in her predictions. Right? She had LA Tech. She was wrong.
And you're by proxy 1-0.
I am 1-0. The way it works, man. Switching over to the draft. It does look like we've got to swap sides this time. So LA Tech putting value into that blue side. Thing we want. I do just want to re-show you guys this graph we had earlier. I think it was really important to look at. We know my girlfriend thought it was a dog-eat-dog world instead of a dog-eat-dog world. Very confusing for a lot of people.
I think that just really shows how the game played out. Things were going the dogs that bark way most of the time, but then there was that spot. I mean, I guess late game is like the 1990s where like there was that spike,
Yeah.
and LA Tech were able to get back in the game. They had that
The
massive
Dragon
Malphite engage.
Steal, and then the
Mhm.
triple kill for Trundle. They held the base. There was that moment of brilliance, and then it went right back down.
And then Y2K happened,
Right.
and the dogs that bark just ended it all.
Indeed, indeed. All right, looks like they are ready for the stream, so we'll get that up and going in just a second. I think we need a Schmeckle payout. Anybody who has the ability to do that and not mess it up. If not, I guess I can go do it. Getting a lot of messages. Luffy sent me a message at 8:52. It's very funny. He sent a message, said, "Hey Bugle, how was your chicken parm?" And it got auto mod checked.
But
I don't know.
You know why it got? It's because the Twitch flagging system doesn't have very good grammar, because it read that as "you are chicken," and that's why it got flagged.
That's so funny, actually. Wait, that's so funny. How was you are chicken parm? That's so fucking funny, goddamn. All right. Wow. I'm a dog kind of guy, level 9 CPU. Me too, dude. Sometimes in the middle of the day, I just run around on all fours like a hound, up to people,
I mean, if that's what you're into, right? I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can defend cosplaying as a dog.
Nah,
Let's
it's
see.
not cosplaying. It's just, letting your inner dog out. Running around
Mm.
like a hound, fighting people, ripping them down.
Well, like you're gonna get in a charge pretty quickly, I think, if you're going around just biting people. Well,
biting people, but like really viciously, wrestling them, going and collecting sticks for people. It's a whole thing.
people love fetch.
People love fetch. Doggy Dog World, dogs that bark did win that one. I'll complete that prediction. Somebody's making a nice hefty payout here.
Yeah, a lot on Sammy Two Slap. Lost a little bit of his It Takes Two money. He bet, I think, 8 or 9K on them on LA Tech.
This is
Let's
a
see,
really interesting draft yet again, right? Again, we're seeing them take away 2 engage hook champions. And LA Tech taking away the Aphelios, taking away the Zeri, taking away the Zinzao. So
Ooh, they're leaving up the Jarvan. So Dogs that Bark either have to ban the Jarvan here, or I think LA Tech is gonna first pick that on their side, because that's a switch up from game 1.
it looks like there's a possibility that we could have Kaisa maybe first pick taken away here from them here. If LA Tech wants to go that route, it is gonna be the Jarvan though. They left it up this time. They didn't ban it away like last time, so they are gonna prioritize that. I like this pick a lot right now in the meta.
As somebody who has climbed from E4 to nearly D4 in the last 5 days playing a ton of Jarvan, it's pretty good, pretty strong. Fits in almost any comp. I really like that pickup from LA Tech. And on a guy like Spectorus, I think he's gonna go absolutely nutty.
Less
Oh.
Force, you've got a couple here. As the Nocturne stays true, they say, yeah, we liked it. Last game, let's go for it again. This game, I'm wondering if they're going to say they like some of the same things. You can kind of create a problem for yourself if you go the exact same comp you just went, just because the other team's going to have solutions this time. They've thought about it. They've communicated. But the Nocturne being picked up for the first one. Let's see if they get any repeat champions here as well. It is going to be the Melia. They just like it on Psychotic Chainsaw.
Yeah, definitely was like pumping up the bot lane. Well, really both the the autoers for Dogs that Bark. Amelia really good at that. It doesn't. I don't think work synergizes super well against the Jarvan pick, but it can work. I do think Nocturne's a little riskier here because I think Jarvan can apply some insane pressure early, where like Nocturne kind of just wants to scale into the game. A Ziggs pickup, pretty safe blind. That could go bot, that could go mid. I'm expecting we see support here and like leave that up for Dogs that Bark to try and figure out where that's gonna go. And that's the Alistar.
Yeah, Alistar being picked up right now is super strong against things like Nocturne or things that want to go in, knocking them back. Can also match that synergy with Jarvan going in, chaining those CC. Ezreal going to get picked up here, this time by Dogs That Bark. LA Tech had it last game on Meep. This game looks like it's going to go on that Whale Lord. Although we don't know. Dogs That Bark threw an ADC mid last time.
It could be an Ezreal mid. I think that'd be like the second time it's happened in the LBLCS so far. And again, I wouldn't put anything past this league. We're seeing the Renekton band come out once again, showing some respect to Andreas on the top side. They're just gonna hover it, make sure. Okay, there it is. I think LA Tech have put Dogs to Bark in a weird spot because we don't 100% know where the Ziggs is gonna be, and I feel like you have to pick. Like you kind of have to call your shot here if you're a Dogs to Bark. You want to save that counter pick for your top side, and that means you're gonna have to make your guess here. I'm assuming that they're gonna pick a mid laner that can punish Ziggs a little bit. We Sarko's not getting the Varus again. I think that's a
let's
good
talk about
call.
this highlighted message real quick. Buggleberry Finn is a cutie patootie. Thank you, Bear TV. Very handsome yourself.
W Riz for sure. I hear that Barty is cooking up some interesting stuff in the lab. I don't know if I can give too much away, but definitely
Let's just say
has
there's
something
some,
in the works.
yeah, the rain's not falling, but there's gonna be some drips. You know what I mean? There's gonna be some drip traps going on. Pay attention to that. Les Force is a cutie patootie. You're getting some love too now in chat.
Even more W Riz.
Even more. Ari being taken away, Atrax being taken away. I like both of those bans here because they're clearly targeted. I'm wondering if they're protection bans for that mid lane or if that Ziggs is going to go in the bot lane. I like that it's a flex right now and they don't know until their last pick. But Vigar going to be picked up either way right here.
With that, I mean, it really can go either spot. I mean, Ziggs is totally fine. It's like Esmelio. They're not going to really pressure him too hard. He can sit there and throw his little bombs. Alizar can go roam. They can also do fine to Vagar. So I think that that's like really good for LA Tech. I assume that we see the mid laner / AD carry pick here, and they buy some time for their top side. They've played some Fiora. I'd be interested to see if Andreas pulls out the Fiora, maybe a split pushing presence, and it's gonna be well. I guess technically the Tristana doesn't clear things up.
Mind trip right here, Les Force. They could go any of those spots.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that it's Tristana Alistar bot, but last time we made a guess and we were wrong.
You know
so...
what? Let's fucking make it. Let's make our guess. Let's call our shots.
All right, I'll go Ziggs bot. Ziggs bot's my guess.
All right, Tristana bot is my guess. One of us has got to be right.
Unless LA Tech has something to say here. And they're taking the Poppy away.
I like this. They saw the strength of it last game. Some really good ultimates out of Poppy. Some good zoning out of Poppy. This time they're going to take it. They're going to say, okay, great. You can do that, Matt C. You can play that in the top lane. What else can you play? Because looks like it might be the Ornn here. Is going to get locked in.
I like the Ornn a lot here for Dogs That Bark. I think they were lacking a good setup tool for the Nocturne. I think Ornn, very clear sign of when he's looking to engage, right? And I think that it kind of rounds out their comp pretty well. But I think I like LA Tech Varsity here a little more. Like I just like kind of the way their champs work together. Assuming that Poppy and Jarvan have practiced this duo together, because it is a combo that can spell disaster if you're like uninitiated. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say thank you, Zodiac. I will cut my thought off right there.
Got cut off? Oh, you gotta do this stuff. Okay, okay. Enjoy. Have a great time.
That is my 80 carry. Make me, eat my words from earlier where I said, well, man, nobody cashes in on me. Immediately, maybe regret that decision.
Zodiac's here to spend some dough on you tonight. You guys are trying to spend some dough. Dogs that bark. I like that it's 20-10 right now, by the way. The most modest betting I've ever seen in my life. There's a 30. Okay, 30 on to LA Tech. Now we're working with some numbers that are greater than 20.
I mean, I've been here. In terms of like sports betting, when I'm down to like my last $2, and I gotta try to turn the $2 into like 260. I've been here, unfortunately, so I know all about the penny bets.
Yeah,
That being
sometimes you gotta
said,
play
I'd
with
like
what
to
you
bluff.
got, and sometimes you don't have too much because you go all in every single time there's ever a bet, and sometimes you cast those games, and sometimes everybody knows that you're just really not that good at betting, but sometimes you cast great.
And
Sometimes.
that's the Bigfoot school of thought I have heard. I mean, he said it was great, right? Bet all in every time, but then I end up losing all my schmeckles, and it's like,
To be
who gave you this coaching license?
totally fair to Bigfoot, he is right in his method. If you're never wrong, bet all your schmeckles every time. Straight up, he's right. You can get the
If it
most
was
bang for your
that
buck.
easy, we'd all be millionaires, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, except for everybody else who would not be betting right? So like half of us would be millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I think I like making an odd number for betting. Is that so? You bet on dogs that bark, as indicated by the 2 next to your name, and also indicated by the fact that dogs that bark have 147 schmeckles bet on them. Instead of a nice round number. I also bet odd numbers, but it's always because I have odd numbers left. Like, let me check my phone right now. How much do I got?
Luffy's just a harbinger of chaos while you look at that, by the way. I mean, this guy puts, like, mayonnaise in his pies. He
Oh
does,
my
like,
god.
spam cookie sandwiches. I mean, this guy's just, like...
You okay?
If you're looking for food advice, like, there's probably, like, 2,400 other people in the server I'd go to. And, like, maybe a last
That's
resort.
everyone on the
You know,
server, by the way. That's about the number of people in the server. So you're saying the last person you go to advice. And by the way, I'm not against it. I'm supporting what you're saying. Is Luffy. To stop leaking the secrets.
100%. They're not secrets. They're right there in the home garden and cooking channel. You've revealed this monstrosity onto the world. I mean,
That's
what
like
we
writing
do
a
with
book
it?
of secrets and putting it in a public library and getting upset when people take it out. That's what that is.
Exactly.
Oh, don't take that. Don't take that. Don't tell anybody those secrets that I put in there. I worked really hard on that book that you're using right now to have my secrets. A camp says cast your compliment. I guess for a camp, I feel like you should give this. I feel like this is geared towards you, knowing your industry.
I mean, I suppose I can say that Camped
Oh
has
my
done
God, another.
a wonderful.
You gotta really.
Well, that's
I'm gonna leave. You pepper. I don't want to hear how gushy and mushy this is gonna get. So why don't you give a big
oh
long
well, that's
speech, and I'll be
I
right back.
like. I mean, this season, this off season, we had these plans of going from 2 team volatility teams to 3, and we ended up with 4. And I think a camp was pretty instrumental in making that happen. Personally, don't tell my boys on BYOB, but I think, oh well, first I have to finish your compliment. Oh wait, you just want it on Luffy? Well, I mean, again, I've only played Arena with Luffy. I would never play Arena with any other member of TV, the LBLCS, except for F Dingus, but that's different. I will say that Luffy and I have this understanding where when we play, it's almost silent. It's typically late at night. We play the games, and whatever happens, happens. You know, we make a lot of mistakes, but it's okay. Luffy, arena when? Question mark.
I go into the kitchen because I was going to get some, get a glass of water. Calm down for a minute here, and
Mm.
girlfriend is very upset that her team wasn't winning. She's doubled down. She said she wants the doggy dog team to win, and she's clear that she doesn't know the names of the teams, but she's decided that the LA Tech Bulldogs are the dog dog team, and the dogs that bark are the dog eat dog team. So she's saying hashtag doggy dog.
Hashtag dog eat dog. Oh yeah, you missed. The caster compliments were actually geared towards Luffy, which meant that I really had to eat my words about his
Oh
egregious food
yikes!
takes.
I'm
You
so
know,
sorry
it's
that I left. Holy shit, that sounds awful.
Luffy. I would love for Nexus Splits to come back. I think it was a great mode. It was so much better than the all random Earth and whatever that other cursed game mode they had, where you picked a champion and you randomly got an ult from another champion. Like those modes were terrible. I will die on this hill. Bring back Nexus Splits.
Bring back Dominion. Let me just play the game mode I joined
Oh,
playing this game for.
yep.
Just give me Dominion. Everybody else, be quiet about your little game mode.
Okay, but how many of the viewers are actually old enough in terms of League of Legends time to remember Dominion? It was a great mode. I loved it. Devastated when they got rid of it.
Just leave it up as a custom. Just let me play it. I'll find 9 other
Yeah.
dudes. Like I don't really care that you don't want to balance
Well,
around.
you
it.
only gotta
Don't-
find 8. Like, give me a time and a place.
You-
Like, I'll be there.
You know what the biggest problem was? Like, we can't really balance around Dominion and ARAM and Summoner's Rift. Then stop. You guys aren't balancing
Try.
around Summoner's Rift anyway. Don't fucking
Yeah.
do it. Like just play the like
Focus on Dominion.
just focus on Dominion. Yeah, give up on Summoner's Rift. Gear the game towards Dominion. No, I
You
just
had
be
like 15 years to like get Summoner's Rift in a good spot, right? And it's
Yeah.
like it just isn't working. You know, it's like at what point do you give up on the long-term relationship?
I remember Twisted Tree Line. I remember Old Gallia. Old Gallia was so much fun. You built right, you could actually just hit W and people would hit you and you right.
All the old characters. I was at me and another TV member were prime players of Scion Blitzcrank bot lane. Like old
Yeah.
Scion, where he did like the
Yeah.
it was so bad. Like I mean, it was a totally different game back then. By the way, like I don't know if you've gone back and looked at like clips of League of Legends from like 2011.
You should.
It doesn't look nearly as good as I remember it.
I remember playing Nidalee in Season 2. That's my oldest memories of the game, and it was just me being a little jerk about hitting people with Qs. I thought I was a genius. And there was AD Nidalee. Oh, remember AP Master Yi? Oh, God, if you guys remember.
You guys.
Remember
I think AP Master Yi, like I might have been playing, but I might have just been like too much of a noob to really like understand what that was. Like I came in like right around like 2010, 2011, I think.
you used to be able to reset your Q on a kill, and you'd still be invulnerable for the entirety of it, and it would build off AP damage, so you could just Q, and as long as you killed one, you could Q again, and as long as you killed another, you could Q again. Basically infinite.
Mm-hmm.
Once you got fed enough, the game was over. Anyway, this game's not over. This game's just starting. 22 seconds into this one. I gotta switch the in-game overlay really quick. Everybody close your eyes. Nobody look.
I just need like a little soundbite of Uncle Jack and It's Always Sunny when
Nobody
you say
look.
that.
Nobody look! Yeah, hey, everything's wrong on your screen, so just don't DM me. That's the only thing I don't want you to do. You know?
DM him right now.
Don't do it.
Especially you, Luffy.
Luffy already DM'd me this stream, so that's all you get, bud. You just get one. Oh, I gotta switch those two. Guys, I gotta do so many things here. It's freaking my mind out.
Hopefully we make it past the 6-minute mark this time.
Please don't jinx us. We're only gonna get to 5 now. It's all over.
Let's see. Anything interesting? I mean, so it is the 6 bot. Just want to point out there that clearly I knew what was up and didn't just do it to be contrarian. I think
What the hell?
Boldron could have some pressure here against Cirquays, whereas last time, obviously the game didn't go in their favor early because those kills went to Varus, but But Vagar's not really gonna have a whole lot to say if a Tristan's jumping on his face, especially if he kind of wastes the cage early on. So I'm looking at Boldron and I'm looking at Spectorus to make some plays in this early game.
Sorry, I was doing my. So Sammy made the thing happen.
Sammy, no, not Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy made the thing happen. I will say this game. It's not the same game, but there might be a little bit of a bush sit here. They're looking for something. They see him. Well, Lord, and by the way, I want to talk about Psychotic Chainsaw for a second because there's only one C. So it's actually Psychotic Chainsaw.
Yeah. Is that a like running out of characters thing? I'm not.
I don't know.
I'm not too sure. It looks a little goofy.
But I have to remember that when I'm casting them, it's Psychotic Chainsaw. Is not Chainsaw.
I mean, what if it's Psychotic Chainsaw?
Oh. What about Psycho Tisha Insaw? There's a lot of things you could do with this.
That's like the least likely, but it's not. It's not like a 0%.
It's not
right?
a 0% chance because there's still the letters that make it look like that. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Oh, I'm paused at 2. Oh no, wait. Oh, phew.
It's a real pause.
We're fine. We're fine. Just like real LCS, Matt C letting us know. Hey chat. How you doing? You like pauses? You like not finishing games? You like being confused about what's happening? Come on down to the LBLCS where we've got all of it and a lot worse, you know?
Such as the terrible food takes from Luffy, right?
Terrible food takes from Luffy. Luffy, what do you think is your most misunderstood food take? That's what I'm interested in.
Oh, don't even get him.
I want to know his most misunderstood. Sammy 2-slap? No, sorry. Mayo on ramen is not misunderstood. It's just... wait, hang on. Wait. Luffy. Have you ever had ramen without mayo on it? Nobody else talk. Have you ever had it without mayo? Send that guy to jail, I think, is such a good response. Okay, Luffy, so you have had it without mayo. And you've had it now with mayo, and you think it's better. I just want to be clear that we're getting all of this down.
Make sure the train of thought's consistent.
Yeah, just making sure I'm not talking to a psychotic chainsaw.
I gave the compliment to Luffy. That doesn't last forever, right? Like, I mean, it came back up naturally, and it's just worth noting. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he's like a ketchup on pizza kind of guy. Like
I did it today. You put mayo on ramen, and then I want to be clear, and then you ate it, and you're like, "This is," and the entire time, you were saying, "This is a great idea." I just want to be clear about what you were doing and how I'm viewing it, because Luffy posts some really good photos of them grilling. The dish was better.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
What was in there? What do you mean the dish was better for it? All right, never mind. We're going to get back to that one later. What happened? Why it paused? Somebody froze in the mid lane there. We're going to get right back into this game. Sorry for the mayo ramen chat.
All right. Vader used choke. I'm very tempted to I don't know. Can I ban broth and mayo?
No, he's saying ew to that. His response was ew, broth and mayo. That's what it was. I want to be clear about his response.
Well, he better hope so, because broth and mayo sounds like you're just like trying to entice a reaction.
It kind of sounds like a weird band name. Broth and
Put that in the
mayo.
notepad.
Yeah.
And look, Vader, I can say this as I don't know if you checked out the booth on Sunday or yesterday, but I named you my early MVP candidate for economy. So I feel like I'm allowed like at least one, threat in that capacity. It like balances out.
Luffy, by the way, I'm frozen at 3 minutes. Okay, 3:01, 3:02. I'm going.
Ooh, I am paused.
3:04, 3:05. Haha, suffer.
Rolls reversed.
Here's what I'll say. You redeemed yourself slightly, Luffy, with what you were then mentioning about how and why it was used. I think that
you maybe should lead with reasoning before you lead with what you're talking about from now on and for the rest of your life. Dogs that bark won game 1. Dewey Coon Coon. You can see that illustrated via the number of coriander beers that are filled up on their side of the map.
Can I get a quick time check as I've unpause?
340, 341, 342.
I'm at 35, 6, 7. I cannot scroll any further ahead. But it's alright. This'll. Maybe
Oh
it'll
my
fix
god, I
itself.
love this person. Is looking for a kill right now in the mid lane. Level 3 Scuttle didn't try to find Boldrown, but has a good jump out. Yeah, dogs that bark. Bark, 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 bark. Woof, woof, woof. Great fucking comments. You're a genius. I'm frozen at 359 now. You want to talk about
Alright.
frozen? I'm frozen.
We're just taking turns. I'll pause at 4 minutes.
Guys,
pause at
spectator
4.
client is good and great. There's no problems with it. There's no problems with the spectator client. Back at 4, 401, 402. Where were you? Did we get you? Were you going now? You good?
I'm paused
410,
at
411.
All right, we're good.
Great.
Perfect. It won't happen again.
By the way, I did make some promises to people in my post that you were gonna do some dog impressions of different breeds. Do you want to go for one right now?
Well, I think that for one, Mr. or Mrs. Suikonoon, they did a really good job in chat. I think the best dog impression I could do is like Blue,
Okay.
from the hit children's show.
Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
That's the one?
Uh,
Okay.
Wait, Andreas might be a little bit of trouble.
Nope. Ooh, Arf, Arf,
No.
Arf, Arf is also very good. That's great bark work.
Have we ever heard a dog actually go arf arf arf?
You know what in Spain, you know what they do for like a dog sound?
I do not.
Wow, wow. That's what they
I mean,
say.
that sounds more realistic of a dog,
I
right?
think so too. I think it's actually pretty spot on. There's a lot of greyhounds over there too. And they kind of sound like a wow wow. I'm like, all right.
Sound like a wow wow.
Bork is wrong. By the way, I wanted to mention that if you're not in college or you're like working a normal job and you're still eating top ramen, there's something going on with you from a mental health standpoint, and I'm willing to talk to you. But if you're in either college or not working yet, it's super okay to eat top ramen. Eat it every day.
Well, maybe not every day.
Every day for every meal.
It's like the most cost efficient, right? But
It
like,
is. You're efficient.
at what cost,
Speaking of efficient, LA Tech being a little bit more efficient this time, going for Dragon early, but don't have Smite. Some pings going on down there. They do pick up that first strike. That's going to help them out here. Ultimate being dropped by Matt C. Gonna find it onto Andreas. The auto's going really well. Gonna flash forward, but he didn't get that bramble pop on them. Can Andreas survive? He's gonna pop him back. First blood going to Matt C.
I think he would have been all right if he had just walked his way out. He almost got there. As Boljon gonna dodge the cage. It was a good look at first from Matt C. Andres walked it out, and then I guess he was trying to get like the passive proc, and it just didn't go in his favor. Solo Bolo for the tank / assassin / carry in the top lane.
Epic Cube trying to give some piece of advice to Luffy. Now, Luffy, you know what it is? We already did that bark. That's a good bark, though. You gotta mix it up. You can't copy, you gotta mix it up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Suikonoon is just kind of on top of the barking game personally. I would dare go as far to say they're like a borderline expert.
Yeah.
At least expert at the chat.
Bark is the copy paste to get with the times. You're right. I'm just a stupid, dumb idiot. That's on me. Ooh, I like the grr in the middle. You guys are having great bark stuff in chat. This is a good chat today.
Well,
Matt C taking a lot of damage. Might go down as here comes Victorious. Finding a lot of hits. Can they finish him off? They can, but now they're looking for another as level 3 Scuttle picks up a kill and is a level up on Spectorus, who is running for the hills. Gonna burn their flash. Level 3 Scuttle knows they have theirs, but they tried to save it. They're not gonna be able to. They get the kill. 3-1 goes the score. 2 of them onto Nocturne.
that's gonna be rough. A Fed Nocturne is a scary proposition for the Tristana.
That was wordplay.
Biggs.
That was wordplay, and I heard it, and I don't know if Chad heard it, but you said that was rough, and you made it very clear, like your rough was like a bark.
That was good.
I mean, like,
That
you've
was
been making dog puns, right? You know, I gotta, like, try and follow suit.
Yeah, no, you do. For sure. God.
Yeah, it's, Nocturne could be a problem. Level 3 Scuttle could prove to be an issue. Oh, they're looking on Serquez.
Yeah, they're throwing a lot of damage right now. Onto the flash forward. Really good positioning there
Ooh.
from him. The Ignite going down. Baldron picking up the kill. That was great from the Alistar. This is why they didn't want him to have engaged supports.
Making plays. Didn't really have an opportunity to do so on the brand, but they're doing exactly what I said they should coming in. Get this Ziggs in the bot lane. Let him be fine against Ezreal Emilio.
Yeah.
Send a Rimakana around the map. Make
Here comes the
plays
Hex
with the
Flash play
Tristana.
right now. He's going over the wall. He's going to find some damage onto the Ezreal. Werelord having to hop away. Using that phase shift back in the top lane. Matt C fighting. Spectorus is over the wall as well. He's actually going to find him by accident. He's only level 5 though. He's doing a little bit of damage to him right now. Really good block right there from him. Andreas with a huge play. Baldron here in the vicinity. Can they finish him off? Matt C picks up 1 kill with level 3 Scuttle. Actually goes over to the Nocturne as Spectorus slays Matt C.
I would have loved had they given that over to Baldron, really get this Tristana going.
Yeah.
In the end, it is a 1-for-1. Not the worst thing in the world. You have that early dragon, and Spectorus is not done up here. Direct to cam doesn't want us to see it, of course.
I actually think that, oh, nice flash forward right there, doing a little bit of damage onto Whale Lord. Using that Hex Flash as often as they can. I like this out of them. I like this pick a lot better than the brand.
I agree. As a former support player, I do think Alistar is a better pick than Brand.
Yeah, looking for some damage right now onto him, forcing the flash out of the Vigar in the mid lane is pretty important.
It is important, but as a wise man once told me, burning a flash is only worthwhile if you make something happen while it's down. Quote unquote. Actually, I think it might have been Memer6 who told me this. So they gotta make something happen here. If Jarvan's got that 5-minute timer, a little bit of trading top side.
Right here in the bot lane, doing a lot of damage onto Whale Lord. A nice ultimate from Ziggs means these guys are going down, but Exhaust now getting dropped onto him. He has dropped the ultimate on True Shot. Barrage going to connect to him on. Well, he's going to get taken down. Spectorus next, but the Flag and Drag keeps him safe. Meat waddling away on that little Zig should be safe in the end. Andreas takes some damage from Matt C up in the top lane. Only Alistar going down in the bot lane, though.
A fed Nocturne is going to be a massive problem. I mean, diving in with that lethal tempo, going to do insane amounts of damage. Is Andreas in nearly kill range here.
Here's what I think. I think if Alistar is vigilant and not using that Hex Flash on cooldown, and pays attention to where his buddies are, where's that Tristana, where's that Ziggs, it's not that bad that that Nocturne's fed if Ornn isn't there to match the pressure, right? If they can just knock him away and kite around it, it's kind of good for them. I'm wondering how this J4 is going to have to play these fights, though.
I mean, we saw last game what kind of guy Spectorus can be, right? You know, give an inch and he'll take a mile. On this side of the dragon, ooh, good ball. Yeah, Andre's been on it.
Kenny tried to steer him away from using it. He is able to knock him for a second, but the ultimate went at the same time. He's going to flash away. The flash followed up to kill. Baldron is now here. No flash on the Mad C. Baldron doesn't decide to go for it. Doesn't know where people are.
A lot of action here in the top lane. A lot more than I would have expected for a Poppy Ornn lane.
Yeah.
Serquez.
Yeah, finding some damage right now onto him. Good stun, though, onto the J4. Flag and Drag does find some damage, but now they might be in trouble. The ultimate going out, the Ignite onto him as well. Nocturne can't get in. He doesn't have it, but now he's looking for somebody. Spectorus taking a lot of damage. He might go down. Really good use of that Alistar, but Scuttle might get away with more than 1 kill. He might be picking up more. No, he cannot. Baldron, you're going to die to the tower shots. No.
Spectorus clearly listening to the cast right here. I told him he had 5 minutes to make something happen, and he went back and won. Making that play, you get the kill on the Nocturne, you get the money on Tristana, which is huge for LA Tech. Keeps them right in this game. There's no objectives taken, so you're not really losing out on that much. I really like what I'm seeing from LA Tech this time around.
And we've got this next dragon up and spawned right now. Things coming out from both teams on it. They've got a ward on it for the red side. Dogs that bark. A little bit of setup here. Really fed Nocturne. Lurking on the prowl, but J4 is going to show in the top lane. They should know that they can go for that dragon if they see fit. Nocturne also moving up there as...
I can't tell if that was the actual
I
flash or if it
can't
was just a
either.
weird
That's why I
looking
stopped
flash.
talking. I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Hey,
Immediate Luffy says that was not Hex Flash. Immediately says it. Oh man.
well, that's the thing. You get so used to having Hex Flash, right? You know, it feels like it's up every 10 seconds, so
Yeah.
you just throw it out. But maybe it backfired that time a little bit.
Maybe they just want Hex Flash more than they want normal Flash.
You get to use it more often, that's for sure.
Yeah, true. More value.
I'm surprised that neither of these teams are really going for these objectives. You know, both of these, the Drag and the Rift Herald, have been up for a long time. Looks like level 3 Scuttle looking to come in on Meep here.
Ornn doing
Andre.
so much damage as Ziggs trying to hold the bot lane here. He's going to drop the ultimate, but he should get cleared out, and he does. Up in the top lane, a really good dodge right there from Andreas, but he does go down to the auto attack in the end. Valdron coming over from the mid lane. Scuttle already taken. Herald looks like it's going to be taken. Dragon looks like it's going to be taken. Valdron doing some damage right now to Matt C. He's going to flash forward, auto a minion right there. Can he find enough damage to finish him off? He's not quite dead yet. Look at the damage that Matt C is able to do, but Valdron finishes him off. They trade the Dragon for the Herald.
Well, you gotta be careful if you're a Rima. You're kind of by yourself. All right, just Hex Flashing for style there, knowing that they have the Summoner this time. That trade definitely goes in the favor of Dogs That Bark. You know, I mean, the Rift Herald with the plates down isn't really worth as much. You get the Dragon back in your pockets. And yeah, I mean, Matt C's kind of showing some serious skills up here on the Ornn. Again, as Luffy put it in the chat, the Mage, Death Knight, Paladin, Hunter, 37 other D&D classes. Can just do it all.
They do have really good abilities to take tower here on LA Tech, right? They have that Tristana, they have the Ziggs, they can really power through these here if they have a minute in front of the tower to do damage. And there's not super crazy good wave clear from the side, or at least not super quick. If you're able to zone that Vygar just a little bit, you can threat with the J4, you can threat with the Poppy. If they're going to try to make a play down here, is good vision to set up a Nocturne's lurking.
The Dogs That Bark have been pretty on top of their vision game, especially this game. Jarvan has had moments where they've been able to make plays happen, but more often than not, they've had eyes on him, and they have denied the ability to go for him. Potential Rift here mid. They're going to send all the resources. Ornn has TP, so they could look to answer, but I think this is just going to crash and walk
They
out.
actually save its whole life right there just because Ziggs was able to get that satchel charge off in time. Now they're looking for another one. They're trying to stop them
TP
from
in the
coming
back line.
Really big play from LA Tech. They're going to pick up another Spectorus, finding that one. Now they're looking for Scuttle. They're looking for Vygar as well. A lot of damage coming out and down, but Matt C is here, and he's looking to do some damage. There's the ultimate from Scuttle. He's going to go in, and he is, but a nice use of going golden. They pick that one up. Spectorus going big. Valdron trying to run away. He has ultimate soon. Can he keep him out? Can he dodge this? He can't. That's a shutdown for Matt C. He's going to try to make this fight real. There's a lot of damage coming down from Vygar as well. A nice flag and drag into the back line, though. Whale Lord now looking for him. He's able to find one. Can Spectorus find the other one here? A flash forward to dodge some damage. He picks it up. He stays alive for an extra second. A 4 for 2 in the end. But man, what a fight. Able to take a tower and a little bit more.
4 for 2. You get a ton of damage off on that mid tower. Just great play there from Ornn. Coming in, didn't quite have the ultimate at the start, so it was a little dicey, but they end up, the play goes in their favor. I mean, LA Tech only down about 2,000 gold, so it's certainly not insurmountable. I think we got to see Spectorus really pop off here in these next couple fights. They've had some good engages. They got Nocturne pinned in that last fight, and I just want to see a little more come out from Spectorus and Valdron specifically.
I think Spectorus showed the grit last game on that Trundle with the triple field they got to hold the base. I think they showed the grit with the Dragon Steel. This is another game where you're going to have to keep showing grit, and you have to keep going for those extra plays. They're coming, they're working, you're able to take down Scuttle. Valdron with that huge going golden play. Meep with that huge going golden play when Nocturne was going in.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have gone a lot worse for LA Tech had they not had that.
Whale Lord silently farming, picked up 1 kill in that fight. Most farm in the game on that Ezreal. Take a little look at that gold split right now.
Yeah, Ezreal doing Ezreal things. You're not interacting with their bot lane opponents, just sitting there queuing over and over again.
Ezreal doing Ezreal things, not playing the game the same way everyone else is.
Kind of like Malzahar players, I think.
Little bit of the same vibe. Just farming, waiting until they're a little bit stronger. They're playing Farm Simulator for 20 minutes. Don't Die Simulator for 20 minutes, and then they'll start playing.
So far, I mean, he's like kind of playing the game perfectly, right? Hasn't died. We're coming up on 20 minutes.
He's the only one. He's the only one that hasn't perished so far.
It's true. Got that dog in him.
And
A lot of
this is
pressure
tricky.
mid.
A good ultimate right here is going to find some of them. Meep getting knocked up, a flash away. A real flash away this time, too, from the Alistar. Ultimate already
coming
used.
in.
Andres is behind, does find some CC, and they find a lot of damage. Immediately, Vigar is down. Now they're looking for more of a fight. Can they finish off this Alistar? They can't. Can they finish off Scuttle, though? He drops super low. Another flag and drag. There's the ultimate from the Ziggs. Now Matt C trying to do some damage. Spectorus drops super low. He goes down as well. 11 to 14. Andres trying to run away. He should get taken down as well. It's a 2 for 2. But Baldron was never there. 2 for 2 and a 45.
It is a 2 for 2 and a 45. That play probably looks so different if Boldron is there, though. They were trying to push that bot tower, then everything happened mid, and they started to walk up. But by the time they got there, Spectorus and Andreas both died. I mean, obviously, again, the play still goes in the favor of LA Tech, I think. But, you know, it could have looked a lot different if Boldron was there. I'll just say that.
Yeah, overall, a gold win for the side of LA Tech. Now they're looking for something a little bit more, trying to find some damage onto Whale Lord. This is a very aggressive cow going crazy here in the mid lane. A lot of damage now onto Meep, trying to get in front, block these Qs. A nice knockup's going to keep him alive for a little bit longer, using that W to get back underneath tower and behind the minions. A little scary, though. They're not stronger than them right now. This Ezreal is 302, has some big shutdown on him if they're able to take him out.
Got the TP coming in from Ziggs. Alistar couldn't afford to reset, though, so he's essentially dead for this fight. We're going to see if Spectorus goes for the steal.
Spectorus has stolen before he knows it's possible. He puts the flag in the pit. He's looking for it and waiting for it. Is he going to decide to go?
Poppy R could be huge here when it comes up. It's got like 5-ish seconds on it.
Flag is back down. Dragon is resetting. There's a little bit of a dance going on right now. As they're continuing to take the aggro. These guys start to get in position. True Shot Barrage going to connect on to a couple of massive ultimate from Ornn. Only going to hit one. But J4 is deep back in the pit right there. Can he pick it up? He does as Nocturne leaves to try to make a fight happen. Now a lot of damage onto Spectorus over there. He's able to get over the wall, but the ultimate from Vagar is going to pick him up. There goes Scuttle dropping to the Tristana. Can they get away? Whale Lord going to hunt them down. Another Q connects. He's got the red buff ticking on him. He's going to pick up the double kill. Andrea is trying to deal with Matt C in the back line. 12 to 18 goes the score. It's a 3 for 1, but they pick up the Dragon on the side of LA Tech.
Yeah, and that's going to be the mid tower. That's going to be a lot of damage on this tier 2. Looks like they're going to try and come out immediately and deal with it, but that tower's just going to be gone. And so the gold goes in the favor of LA Tech, or of Dogs That Bark. The Dragon, it was a good focus from Spectorus to just stay in the pit. You're probably not surviving. At least get the objective for your team, but you're kind of banking on the fact you can fight these next couple Drakes if you are LA Tech. You're down the gold. Dogs That Bark could force a Baron if they want. It's gonna be a little tough.
I think we're seeing really similar things to last game, but I like this a lot better from LA Tech. They got the early Dragon. They were able to get that Dragon as well, so they're up in Drakes. They can stall this game out for a while, but the other team has scaling now. You need to find answers to the game. You need to find them soon. A little bit of a 50-50 there for the Scuttle. Does go to Spectorus in the end. That's good.
I
The
for sure
early
agree.
Baron last game was problematic.
I think LA Tech are playing much better the second go around. They had an opportunity to see what Dogs That Bark want to do. Oh, I thought Spectorus was gonna go in over for that, but they maybe getting pinched a little bit here. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, this is risky territory for everybody involved. The Ornn Horn being dropped. He's going to find two. There goes the stun from the Poppy. The Blast Cone, Spectorus over the wall. Here comes an ultimate, but he's all the way in. Trying to find as much damage as he can. He drops the Cataclysm. He flashes away, but he's stunned by his own flash. Caught between a wall and a wall. And J4 is dead. No one dies in response. The only savior here could be this Tristan in the bot lane dealing with them. Dealing with that Vigar. They're looking for something up here. Can she finish off a kill down there? We're flashing back up here to the Baron pit.
If you're this Ziggs, you just have to find a way to just stall him out long enough. You know, distract as the Poppy.
Get those
there-
pokes in.
there's
Good
W.
dodge right there. The W from Andreas. Back down to the
if
bot
they
lane.
don't get
Vigar
buried.
had to back. This might be a tower for them. You're just buying time. There's the flash in. I don't think you had to. You're burning the flash. Or the phase shift out of Whalelord. There's the ultimate. And they stay alive. The True Shot Barrage is not going to connect onto anybody. And Meep this entire time poking away, doing everything that they can to buy all of this time. Here's the one thing that just happened. J4 is back up. J4 is here. Spectorus lurking in the river. Meep just throwing out the damage from afar. Not a lot of mana on Melio. Spectorus running around the backside.
Spectorus, look around.
This is a very long Baron fight, boys. I want to just talk about that.
Spectorus in a bit of a rough spot. Looks like that reset from
Spectorus having fun. He's
Yeah,
running around. He's
yeah.
being a goon.
all in all, that ends up not being the worst for LA Tech. You know,
It's the
Baron
longest
wasn't
non-Baron fight I've ever seen that was not a fight. It was like one person died. Alistar died. That was it.
It was a little goofy from Rimakana. They saw the hype play on the flash. I know it was a long fight, so you may not have seen, but Sammy has cashed in another 10 for
okay,
you.
I'll go for it.
When looking out on the map, again, Baron is up, Drag's up in a minute. I think LA Tech should be focusing this Dragon Soul. I think Ocean Soul into an Ezreal, into... I mean, Ezreal's obviously the main benefactor there, but just having that healing over time, Jarvan, Poppy, Alistar, all going to benefit from that.
Yeah.
Alistar going for the Hex Flat.
Yeah, doesn't find the knockup, though. Very close. I like that. This is actually my favorite change from the entirety of their comp. I love Arima on an engaged support. They want to engage. That brand felt uncomfy on them last game. It wasn't working the way they wanted it to. This game, they're making plays.
You can't play make on a brand, that's for sure.
Not in the same way. Now they're looking for something here in the mid lane. Can they find some CC onto them? Whalelord missing with that True Shot Barrage. A lot of damage on him. That's a shutdown goal. Going over the shot. The Ornhorn dropping onto 3 members right there. Spectorus retreating, but the cow is all the way in. They have numbers now.
And without an 80 carry, I think that Dogs That Bark should just give this Dragon up. I mean, again, it's not Soul Point. You don't want to throw your game away. Maybe they look to walk over to Baron. That would be an interesting call.
We
when
saw
you're
that
down a
train
person.
last game, basically, right after the Soul and Drake. They just went right to the Baron here. But Vigar looking for Meep. Meep doing a good dodge. Dodging as much as he can. He's going to flash away from some possible CC as Baldron peppering in the damage with them right now. They need to get back.
This is taking Jarvan a while because they're just having him solo it, and
Yeah.
it's Ezreal's getting back out on the map. I mean, you don't. Ooh, Andreas may be in a little bit of trouble.
Andreas just trying to buy time for his team, maybe to come over and help right now. They do pick up the Dragon. That's the 3rd Drake going over to the side of LA Tech. Vigar was at 254 last I checked, probably closer to 260 something now. Flash forward, does find a 3-man knockup, and here's the re-engage right now on everybody. Is Scuttle gonna choose someone? He does. There's the Cataclysm going down. They might be able to trade for him. Andreas picks up 1 kill. They're looking for more, but Spectorus is gonna fall. Flash forward from Whalelord. He's looking for a double kill. He's looking for a triple kill. Can he find him? 1 more Q. He does. It's 3 kills going over to these guys.
Whalelord is a bit of a monster. Both of these games, just absolutely ruthless aggression coming out from him. Kaisa, Ezreal, who's not a champion you typically think of as like a real aggressor, flashing in there for the damage. I mean, that fight was looking so good for LA Tech. The great Jarvan from Spectorus, they got the Nocturne, both junglers died, and I thought that was going to be the end of it, but no, just super well done from Whalelord.
A lot of barks in the chat, which works either way, by the way. No
Yeah.
matter who you're supporting or who you thought won the play, saying bark in the chat, this is the only series where that will always work. I want to be really clear.
I kind of like the notion that chat has just devolved into making dog barking noises.
love
There's potentially no actual commentary / analysis coming out. It's just
It's like clapping in a way.
It's
Yeah.
like just clapping, but it's like a clapping for both sides simultaneously. Damn it, G-Slap, the only one who seems to be unable to do it right. What else is fucking new, Chad?
Come on, Sammy.
Orc up, Luffy's like a full season behind everybody right now.
The Baron getting started up. They know about it. Tristana's gonna have to TP, but they're not gonna be here in
They're
time.
just looking for a fight. They are not able to get the flag and drag, and that means J4 is gonna get taken down. A good ultimate out of the Ziggs, but it does not do enough damage. As this cow just trying to do everything they can. Oh my god, Voltron from the other side of this wall, though, is able to pick up that Nocturne. Now Whale Lord, really good jump, trying to do the damage that they can. This is super aggressive for Voltron. Can they get any help right there? I think they might be able to clean them all up right here as dogs that bark are chewing through their opponents.
That might be close to the game. I mean, it's 15 on Jarvan. I think that they have time. They might lose a tower, maybe lose
He can't
both.
get back. He has to teleport back to get into a position where he can. This might buy a little bit of time, but it's really risky. He gets CC'd, he gets knocked up, he gets taken down. Should have started that recall earlier, but now Spectorus is here trying to find some damage onto these guys. Gonna drop the Cataclysm in the background. This is the last moment to hold on to the game. He picks up one kill. Alistar was able to pick up another on the bot side of that fight. Now they're looking for more. Can they hang on to this game? We saw them do it in game 1. Can they do it in game 2?
The flash over.
Oh my god, Chainsaw going absolutely crazy, trying to stay alive for a little bit longer, doing as much damage as he can, but Spectorus picks up another kill. Now they're still looking for Matt C. They're trying to chase him out of the base. Knocking him back. This is the cow just playing with his food, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to eat it. You might be the food all along. Voltron now here doing a lot of damage. Should be able to pick up this kill easily onto Matt C, but will he go down for the cost? He doesn't. 19 to 28, 3K gold the game as they hang on by a thread.
It looks like they're gonna try and go for Baron. I think this is gonna be a tough call, but with Ornn down, you kind of have to. You have to take that last ditch effort. You have an open Nexus. You give over the Baron, and you're pretty much toast. So, I like the call. Someone's got to be on a Nocturne duty though. I think probably Arena Kana has to be.
Andreas has to be cognizant of where they are and maybe have a good nice from the flag and drag, taking that blast cone's big. Shot Barrage going in, actually going to slice on a Spectorus as well. This thing's only halfway down. If you get a mid lane push going,
Tristana though.
This could be really
Oh,
big
they're
right there. A lot
turning.
of damage. There's a really
Knocked
big
one out.
turn. Really good cage though. They find J40 back in and he steals it. Mid ultimate, he's going to take it down. He says, you can steal dragons. I'm going to take the Baron from you guys. And now they're looking for the whole fight. Ornhorn going down. Andreas in big trouble. Gonna get CC'd. Gonna get knocked up. And this should be game.
How did he get back? in there?
Level 3 Scuttle showing the power of the ultimate. Mid-ult gliding through the Baron pit is able to steal it. And what could be the play of the game or the play of the series right now. The cow out here trying to hang on, but it looks like Ziggs is going to go down. The next one that's going to fall is going to be the cow. Very tanky. Look at this man tank. Look at him tanking. He might not even die. What is wrong with him? I spoke too soon. The cow's still alive. He flashes the mastery as the Pride of Living for a little bit longer. Exhaust on the J4 while Baldron's trying to get away as well. He's able to pick up one kill. He is, but he goes down. I think he dies this time. I think he fucking dies. Okay, he does die this time. He will go down. Can't hold on forever as LA Tech lose this series in 2, and Dogs That Bark taking in 2.
Dogs That Bark. I mean, they look pretty strong here. I mean, obviously there were moments there game 2 where I think LA Tech was very much in the game, but all in all, like pretty cohesive team fighting, pretty solid. Macro decisions coming out from Dogs That Bark. That's gonna send them. I want to quickly take a look at the standings while we have a moment. That currently is gonna put them in, I believe, 6th place. So right on the cusp of that playoff picture, depending on how some of the other series go this week. Obviously, we're on Monday, but they're like right in the thick of that playoff hunt.
Yeah, really big game that matters. Something else I want to say too about this game is like this Ezreal damage is crazy. So much damage, basically double of almost anybody else in the game. The only people that were above half of his damage was the Ziggs, was the Ornn, who did second most damage in the game. I mean, these guys were absolutely nutty. The other thing I'm going to say is, if I've ever seen a team that can hold on to a game, it is LA Tech. They can't hold on and then win the game, but both of those games, Spectorus in game 1 on that Trundle with the triple kill, huge Malphite ult from Andreas hanging on to the game. Game 2, I thought it was over 2 or 3 times before it actually was over. Big last stands in the base, big comeback energy, definitely a team to watch going forward. And that Arima on any engaged support, I now know why they banned so many. Even the Alistar was scary.
Yeah, I mean, huge shout out to LA Tech. Obviously, I mean, again, these dogs did not have Quittenham tonight. Down 10K for what felt like an eternity. I mean, they held on time and time again.
Yeah.
I really liked what I saw from Marina Kana. I think Spectorus, we've talked about a ton, had some great moments. I think even like Boltron that game 2, especially on the Tristana, they look pretty good. So this is definitely still a scary team, and there is still time for them to make playoffs. They've got I think they've gotten a lot of the harder games on their schedule, like towards the top end, out of the way.
Yep.
So it's in their own fate. You know, they got to play the teams, like if they want to make playoffs, like these are the
And
teams that they'd have to
you
beat
gotta
anyway.
remember too, like commercial, right? There is that extra
Oh, that's true.
spot that you have to be cognizant of, right? So I mean,
hmm
know that the seeding matters for everything. Every game matters because you can hit those wildcard numbers. Want to shout out Whale Lord, absolutely insane game. Want to shout out Level 3 Scuttle, absolutely crazy Baron take, and just good games all around. I will say they started out that game basically 5-0, ended it 6-7, so they're able to adapt how they were playing, play more for the team, which was really good to see. And Matt C, absolutely crazy, on that Ornn and on
At least
the Poppy
two solos.
Yeah. Well, that is all we've got time for here tonight. We're going to hopefully... I want to clip that Nocturne play because that was so sick, dude. That was
Oh,
a lot of fun.
Luffy's already beating you to the punch. Check out the highlight plays channel.
Hell
He's
yeah.
got it in there. That was sick. That's one of the best plays I think we've seen on stream so far this season.
Yeah, definitely a top contender for one of the best plays. Just exciting, too. Just craziness, getting knocked out by the Poppy, going right back in, smiting it midair. You could slow that down even. You'll see him literally midair, just smite it perfect. Really fun. Well, I'm Buggleberry Finn. I was joined by my guest Force, Les Force. And you got any dog facts before we sign off?
Did you know that it is impossible for dogs in the northern hemisphere to mate in the winter?
Is that true? I don't even understand.
Well, you didn't.
I don't even
You
understand.
didn't ask for a legitimate fact.
I don't understand how that could be true. What would be suppressing their ability to do it? I don't understand. Like,
I
are
mean,
you
you just
saying they're
asked for a
just
fact.
inside alone without other dogs in the winter because that's what they do?
I can't elaborate on this one.
All right. Well, we can't elaborate anymore on the rest of the nights. Everybody, take care, be well, and keep your dog inside.